Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best Wi-Fi routers.
Starting at number 5.
ASUS RTX 7800. Gaming routers are generally more powerful for handling throughput and latency, and the ASUS RTX 7800 is among the top ones. Tri-band Wi-Fi 6E, speed capacity of 7,800 megabits per second, multi-gig internet port, quad-core processor, and ample storage make a compelling case for gaming and multiple devices. Its suitability comes from the uncongested 6 GHz band, powerhouse 1.8 GHz processor, and standard networking technologies like MU-MIMO and OFDMA. Its theoretical capacity is 100 devices, but in real-life scenarios with interferences, the number stands at around 87 for the 5 GHz, 2 band and 56 for the other 2. That includes devices pinned down with high and low bandwidth tasks. However, the number might change when you connect bandwidth-hungry clients like gaming consoles. The only thing I can assure you of is the stability of connections.
Coming at number 4.
Netgear RAX 500. Netgear is a well-known name in the world of networking, and its latest offering, the Nighthawk RAX 500, is supposedly the best in terms of features and performance. Some notable features include Wi-Fi 6E, a multi-gig port, a cutting-edge processor, and more, which translates to top-tier performance. Although you won't find many notable upgrades here compared to RAX 450 except throughput capacity, it's an ideal choice for large homes. Encasing a 1.8 GHz quad-core processor, the latest and clearer 6 GHz band, and networking technologies like MU-MIMO and OFDMA make RAX 500 battle-ready. The device handling capacity with 5 GHz and 2.4 GHz bands are 45 and 36, totaling 81. However, Netgear recommends 60 devices at once. Connecting and running 55 devices, including laptops, TVs, gaming consoles, smartphones, and home appliances was a smooth experience. All of them worked fine without any hiccups or network slowdowns.
At number 3.
Netgear Orbi Quad. For our last pick, we went with the Netgear Orbi RBKE963B mesh router. This is an excellent router if you have a large office or living space and need to connect various devices in every corner. According to Netgear, this mesh router can support up to 200 devices simultaneously, which should be more than enough to cover everything in your house or office. The router and satellites are powered by a quad-core 2.2 GHz processor and 1 GB RAM. This is the highest amount of RAM we've seen in a router, but given the area and devices it covers, it makes sense for it to have powerful specifications. This means that it should be able to cater to various devices across every room or floor without compromising performance. It has quad-band functionality and works with the Wi-Fi 6E standard. What this means is that you have the option to connect to 2.4, 5, and 6 GHz frequencies depending on how far you're located from the router. 2.4 GHz has the most reach, while 5 and 6 GHz frequencies have a shorter range but significantly better bandwidth. A neat aspect of this router is that 2.4 and 5 GHz can't be separated, and it uses Smart Connect. What this does is create an IoT channel to cater to smart devices while keeping the strongest frequency for other electronics like your phone and laptop. This is great as one frequency won't be flooded with various connections, dividing the bandwidth and taking away from important devices.
Number 2 of my list.
GL.iNet GL. For our next pick, we went with the GL.iNet GL MT300NV2 as it costs $29.90 at the time of writing, and according to GL.iNet, it is capable of supporting 39 devices simultaneously. In our GL MT300NV2 review, it had decent results when we tested for its speed and signal strength. This router has dimensions of 58mm XL, 58mm XW, and 25mm XH, and it weighs 40 g. On top of that, it is powered by a 580 MHz CPU and 128 MB of DDR2 RAM. What this means is that it is small enough to fit in your pocket during traveling and has the specifications and design required to quickly set up a network for various devices. It's not as fancy or powerful as other routers on this list, as it has the Wi-Fi 4 standard but has dual channels to work with. Besides that, it has two 100 megabits per second LAN and WAN ports. So, while this router isn't built to handle gigabit internet, we need to keep its price, stature, and versatility in mind. For a portable router, these are humble specifications, and if you're able to connect 39 devices with a 100 megabits per second internet plan on the go, we think it's impressive, especially given the coverage of the 2.4 GHz frequency. One thing to note is that 100 megabits per second probably won't be enough to adequately cater to 39 devices, as there is only a limited amount of bandwidth that can be divided. The more devices that are connected, the less there is to share, and that will lead to slow internet and might even reach a dead stop. That said, it does have a maximum speed of 300 megabits per second, so depending on your internet connection, you should be able to comfortably game, stream, or work wherever you want.
And number 1.
GL.iNet GL. For our top pick, we went with the GL.iNet GL AXT1800 router because not only does it have an affordable price tag, but according to GL.iNet, it can support up to 120 devices simultaneously. On top of that, in our GL AXT1800 review, it had excellent signal strength and speed, which gave it the top spot on our list. AXT1800 Wi-Fi 6 wireless router Slate AX offers powerful Wi-Fi 6 network connection with a dual-band combined Wi-Fi speed of 1,800 megabits per second, 600 megabits per second for 2.4 GHz and 1,200 megabits per second for 5 GHz. Enhance Wi-Fi performance with MU-MIMO, OFDMA, BSS color and able to connect to up to 120 devices simultaneously. Fast and secure browsing IPv6 supported, OpenVPN and WireGuard pre-installed, compatible with 30+ VPN service providers, OpenVPN speed up to 120 megabits per second, WireGuard speed up to 550 megabits per second, Cloudflare encryption supported to protect the privacy. Easy file sharing. Our NAS feature supports Samba and WebDAV protocol. By plugging an external USB hard disk into the router, you can create a private network to store and share your documents. Runs on OpenWRT 21.02 Slate AX runs on the latest OpenWRT 21.02 operating system, kernel version 4.4.60, with mass device connection capabilities, and significantly reduced signal interference. You can customize the router and install applications based on your preferences.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.